Hey everyone, welcome back to Death Must Die's Act 3. So today we're on Merris and we're going to do the Infinite Serpents build. This one is super fun. So this is an aspect of the Hydra build. So your cast projectiles are increased, but their damage is reduced. We're going to do some esoteric flow plus twin cast shenanigans. I'm going to actually use Molten Hot on this one. So your cast damage is increased by a percentage of your attack damage. Going for the cast cooldown reduction with 1 into Bookworm, and then just taking the ults and all that sort of stuff over here, the cast damage. I've gone for 3 over here into Green Tea just for some extra movement speed. So the gear setup is pretty interesting. We have prioritized a couple of stats here. So as you can see, I've got the cast missile count. The duration here is not super necessary for what I'm going to do on the build, but it is really nice to have on this particular build. As you can see, the damage number doesn't look very high, but don't worry about that. We'll be able to dish out significant amounts of damage throughout the run. One of the ways we're doing it is through the Spellstone. So this thing will trigger when a cast triggers, gaining cast damage temporarily. So if we use some low cooldown casts in general, this thing is really good. For the build today, we're just going to do the Serpents though. So this thing will be proccing quite a bit. So we're getting more projectiles and master offers with a bit of life. I've gone for master offers where I can get it. The weapon is cast damage with more projectile count and some cooldown reduction. Speaking of cooldown reduction, we have some more coming from the belt over here, and I've got the Sorcerer's Ring for some extra cast damage and legend offers. So I do have cast duration on these 2 items. Now, you don't specifically have to put cast duration. If you have a good one that has regular duration with heal on level up, you can sub that in. However, if you are going to take other casts during the run that have, duration, can be affected by duration, this stat is pretty amazing to have, especially if you got it up this high. So, and then I've gone with a big dice that also has a little bit of extra cooldown reduction on it, and just some effects range here with a +2 projectile count as well. So this is really fun sort of setup. It's definitely pretty busted right now. So for the run today, I'm going to try and do the Serpents only. There's a couple of reasons. Number one, this game can lag quite a bit with this sort of build if you take stuff like orbs or whatever, but we are going to probably try and go for Late Gong. And time is a really interesting one to add onto the build. You could take someone else like Crom or whatever just as a support option, or you could just take other characters or other gods that have casts that you like and just throw them on the build. It totally works. Guys, if you enjoyed the Black Serpent build here, hit subscribe to help the channel grow. We're getting pretty close to 1,600 subs, so I've also got a Discord opened up, guys. If you are interested in joining, the link is just in the description. It's totally free or whatever, you know what I mean. You don't have to no strings attached or whatever. Drop by and say hello if you're interested. If you have a build suggestion or something, you can totally go in there and drop it as well. Okay, what do we got here? Damage versus undamaged? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, we're going to go hard for Mort early on here, right? We only have so many rolls to work with. We could put the other ring on or something too, I guess, but we're going to try and find her nice and quickly. I said nice and quickly. Okay, we actually did get her here. She doesn't really show up with much. We got the attack, but you know what I'm going to do is actually get rid of it and roll her for the Serpents. So let's get rid of some junk. Now, if you can fit more on your build in terms of rolls, go for it, you know what I mean? You would have to take off the Sorcerer's Ring and or some of the other items. Mess around with ones that actually have... Oh, wrong cast, dude. Do we just spend them all on Mort right here? And still not get what we want? Hey, alright, look how many rolls we had to spend to get here, guys. Kind of crazy. Alright, well... But check it out. Alright.
Death is just...
Okay, she comes back. We could just take the execution right here early on to get some additional experience gain. Alright, we got the setup going. Well, now we want to actually go over to the Fates now too. So, Inner Peace. I don't really need it on the build. And you're not one of the other gods that I was initially going to take. This guy I was, but I don't want his attack, and we spent all of our so here's the thing, we could take like the orbs or whatever, but I actually don't want to on the video here. We'll take the bolts just to have him So the reason I don't want to is we're going to do some Serpents only shenanigans on this particular run. As I said in the intro there, you can totally take any cast you really want to add onto this build. And then we go for time if we can get him. Man, we have to spend so many ults here. Alright, whatever. Okay. See if we can actually pull this off now. Since we had to use so many ults and rolls to get over here. Okay, this one, we'll take the attack damage here. Because we have the Molten Hot on, any attack damage boost off the actual stage here is going to be really, really nice. Got a big red gem over here. Let's go grab it. Okay, so we definitely want spreading darkness. Okay, we did get time, though, so we did kind of get what we want. You want to give me a higher level attack? Alright, we spent everything. No, we went all in and we didn't get it. Come on, dude. Making me waste levels here. What's this? Oh, okay, the game lagged a bit there. Yeah, that is definitely going to happen on a setup like this. Okay, we've got the Serpents going. Influence is unlocked now too? Okay, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, that's the thing, man. The amount of rolls required right now is pretty excessive to get some of this stuff done. It's part of the RNG of the game, I understand that. You know what? We don't really need the extra boss damage. Let's just take the experience gain. You can take boss damage there if you really want to do an extra fast boss melt. It's not really required. Okay, we did get a master one. Oh, this is a weaker one though, isn't it? I guess we'll take it. The velocity increase is kind of fun on this one. We never really use his main attack, so you know what? I guess we'll do that. Okay, we got another attack bonus. Look at our HP is down to only 114 after that. We should be getting some additional cast damage going out of that. Okay, the fates do show up. The spreading darkness. Did we just level it? We could just level it. Let's take it now and level it. I kind of prefer to get it at master, but you know, we end up having to use so many. Oh man, look at it go though. It's kind of crazy. You know what? We could take a legendary strike right here. Okay. I'll just keep going on the spreading darkness. Try and get it leveled up throughout the run here. You can see how many serpents we have already. So this is about 2 minutes in. Not the perfect start. You know what? We can just take Gemini, I guess. It's alright. It's not necessarily the most ideal thing here. Okay, we do want to get our attack damage up when we see it there. We don't really want to devote to him, so to speak. Okay, now we see the XP incoming right here. Okay, I guess we could take something like Ball Lightning just so we can move around. After dashing, there's a chance you gain a status that gives you increased attack chance triggers. We could take some Ball Lightning just to get around here. I mean, that's the thing. Oh, second bolt shows up. Hello. All right. Now we get even more. Yes, keep spreading the darkness. Oh, we get some movement speed going here. Okay. Our hero's journey we can take later on. We just want to spread the darkness right here. We'll take urgency at a higher level though. That one's worth taking at a higher level as we go. So, okay, the age of death passes. Effects of your strike lasting longer. I guess we could do that for the legendary there. Oops, I went straight past it. Oh, it's a little flower thing. Okay. All right, we just get the serpents up here now. I think we'll wait for the master level. Devotion, it's probably worth it for the extra damage. I mean, you don't strictly have to, right? We've got so many levels here, we could just level something else. Damage of your summons increases. So, Alteration Ritual is kind of entertaining, but it's not really what I want to do on the build. The clone is just, you know, kind of a wasted blessing on this setup. Lose more life for more damage? You know what? What are we? 140. Oh, we must have got some max life at some point there. Oof, I don't really want to devote to him so much. Okay. Alright, Merris doing very, very broken Merris things here. So, So why is a build like this possible? You know, I'm not sure if this evolution for this thing is actually working. Probably we could take Mayhem while it's on offer at Master there too. So the evolution gives it a chance to proc when a cursed enemy dies. It's only a reasonably low chance, but I don't really care for that. We could take the ritual, but it's not what I want to do. We'll take force. If he shows up with force, we'll grab that instead. But apparently he doesn't want to, so that's the thing. Hopefully we can get some curiosity to show up. Man, we've got so much time right now. Can you give me force, dude? For real. That is like 4 or 5 times in a row we've got the alteration ritual to show up there, which is kind of crazy. Did I say 4? I meant 5. Man, look at our clone is level 7. Look at all these wasted stats. Oh. I could be going into cast damage here. Okay, Hero's Journey. We'll take it at Master now. Would have been nice to see the curiosity show up there, but you know what? I don't really think we need anything else just to make this work, though. You know what I'm saying? It is already pretty cheeseball as it is right here. We could have devoted to him, I guess, to try and get the urgency, but okay. So this build is freaking insane, man. So you could totally add other casts on here if you want to, but as I said in the intro, it does kind of cripple the game's performance, at least on my GPU here, which, by the way, guys, I am getting a new GPU here in a couple of days, so we're going to have an upgraded system here we can mess around with too, so I'm definitely going to do a live stream when that's all installed to test it out. We'll, I don't know, download some games like Doom or whatever to really push it to the test. Okay, man, look at the amount of them we've got going. Oh, hilarious. Yes, I don't know. There's certainly been some interesting difficulty type discussions going on around this game in recent times. You know, I put the video out earlier, just sort of giving my, you know, thoughts or whatever. Man, we just ain't getting what we want. I guess we'll take urgency now. We'll just level it up. Yeah, so you can definitely put more cooldown reduction on as well. We got a decent amount as it is, but okay. Do we... Man, we're just not seeing force ever show up. We got a slot open. It is just not showing up whatsoever. It's, again, it's not really required, but it certainly helps the build feel even sillier, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so you can definitely put whatever cast you want on this sort of setup. You can put some light rays, landslide is fantastic, especially with the duration on this setup. I mean, you can just pick your favorite one, I guess, and just go with it. Like, I don't know, something like the frost patches from winter doesn't really feel particularly strong as a cast in the times I've tested it, so I wouldn't maybe not recommend that one. Okay, we did get force. We could take the taste of time, but nah, let's go force. Actually, maybe we should have taken the taste of time there, but it's right. I already committed to the force. Okay. So gem high is another one you can get on this build, and it just increases your movement speed because we're picking up so many shards. We got time again. Just go force again. We haven't even devoted to him, man. Look how much he's coming up. For real? I don't know what's going on here, guys. We have had time go up 20 times in a row or something. All right, we got aced. Or we just take the urgency up here. I don't think we need more movement speed. It's novel, but you know what? I just don't think we need it. We are moving plenty fast as it is. Okay, Thunderstruck. We'll keep going on the attack. So, in theory, we should have some pretty good cast damage happening here. It's over 2,300. It can definitely go, you know, higher. If you add on more casts, you can get them proccing more often and all that sort of stuff. We'll just kill some extra things. Why not? Man, I don't know, guys. Look at this. We're just getting time. time and time again. Yes, exactly. We've had this Necronomicon like a whole bunch of times as well. Is that one not decreasing my max health, or does it only do 10 damage to you? I thought it decreased your max health. Maybe that's broken. Ah, we got the devotion to Maud, finally. All right, maybe she'll come up a bit more often now. Yes, keep going, Maud. Okay, we got a damage node? We could pop it for the boss here for hilarious results. I mean, we're gonna melt him anyway, but... Okay, now we're getting it leveled up. All right. Yeah, so you could definitely get this escalating faster if you got this leveled up even quicker. But as you can see, I mean, we did fine anyway. Even though we had a pretty wonky start, we totally did fine here. Look how many there are. Oh man, it is absolute insanity. So, I'd be curious to know with a comment down below, guys. How do you find crazy builds like this? Is it fun for you to like build craft them and construct them and stuff like that, or is it do you find it like obnoxious or whatever, you know what I mean? So there's been a lot of discussion about quote unquote broken or overpowered builds in the game in recent times, and you know, I gotta be honest with you guys, I mean, I think it's more fun to be able to build, for me it's more fun to be able to build craft really interesting powerful stuff than just be like beating my head up against something that feels impossibly difficult, right? You know, that's my taste. This, at the end of the day, this is like a loot RPG kind of game, right? So, was there even a boss? Oh.
Time and...
What happened to him? That's hilarious. Okay, well, he did spawn in eventually, and then he died. We'll take that bow, thank you. Okay. I guess we just go on force now, so yeah. You could totally get gem high on this setup as well. You don't have to take time, of course. The time bubble, it's not really what this build is designed for. We'll do a Time Lord Merris run at some point, but that's not really what this build is about, as you can see. Could take a little devotion to him, because this stuff is just not really doing it for me, though. We're almost done with Mort anyway. I guess we should finish the urgency level ups if we can get them. Oh, the game's really starting to lag now too. Okay. Go the cast damage. Okay. Yeah, so you can definitely add haste. You can add... Ooh, what is this one? Damage? Yeah, we'll take damage, thank you. Yeah, you can add haste onto the setup. You can add gem high. So you can definitely go and be a total zoomer on this build as well, if that's your style, you know what I mean? Yeah, so the developers have said that they're not really looking to do major balance stuff right now, because I mean, they're being just totally honest about it. They're just not quite sure how to how to proceed with the balance type stuff in the game. I don't know. As I've said before, for me, the game has always been more about the building and the, you know, loot grind and the build crafting. So I'd prefer that to feel good, right? Attack damage. What are we, level 57, 8 minutes in? Yeah, I think we're doing all right. I think we're doing okay. Yeah, you don't need to take ball lightning either. I mean, it's a bit of a gimmick. Yeah, so this build also, as you can see, it is starting to lag the game a little bit. Earlier in the year, I upgraded, I think I mentioned it in one of the other videos, but I upgraded... Oh, we got Melody! Woo! It shows up. Let's go. Alright, so even more things should be just getting auto-cursed, which means even more spreading of the darkness. Yeah, but earlier in the year, I did upgrade my like motherboard and CPU and RAM and all that stuff. The only thing I didn't upgrade at the time was the GPU, because I wasn't really sure which one to get and how much money to spend and all that sort of stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing, hopefully at the end of the week, probably Thursday, Friday, around then. Hopefully I'll have it all set up, so we'll definitely do a live stream at that point. We can have a look at the, quickly have a look at the cast. 3,400, I mean, it's getting up there. As I said earlier, if you have more casts triggering on the build and more base duration instead of cast duration, you can totally make it go crazy. As you can see, though, I mean, this build is just freaking insane. It doesn't even use that sacrilege item, which is It's pretty crazy. We'll do a build showcase in a separate video for that as well at some point, but this one is just too hilarious, and it's Merris doing Merris things. I had to do it. I had to show you guys. If you guys did check out the stream yesterday, you saw a variant of this build. This one is slightly different, similar, and we're doing the serpents only, so you guys can actually see the the chaos that ensues. Well, it's not only. We took bolts and stuff. It's kind of hard to go single ability only in this game. You have to banish so many things. I guess you could do it with the infinite banish item that exists, but it's kind of tricky to pull it off still. I guess on this build we could totally try that, but... Okay. Force I don't mind, just for the pull range. We can collect all the gems very, very easily. It ends up doing some damage, not like crazy damage. How many rolls do we have at the moment? 0, 0, and 0. I guess we'll take some ults here, maybe? Take a few ults. And potentially go back to the Fates again.
Interesting.
Okay, Mr. Gong. Urgency? Maybe we should have taken banishes, actually, but we can take the attack damage. So, I don't really rate Legong's attack that much. It's alright if you want to do extra trigger stuff, but for the actual damage it does, it's not really that good. As you can see, we are just spreading absolute darkness and destruction everywhere here on Merris. Oh! I didn't even see that. We got tanked by something right there. Okay. Devotion to time? We could buff the force by devoting to him, or we could just ult away right here. Let's go for the Fates. Okay, we got urgency. We'll do that. Yeah, so we could have sacked even more cooldown reduction, which is absolutely crazy. But, you know. Okay, so in terms of the next build, I was thinking of doing another Nixie one. Okay, we could take 5 banishes out. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, so I was thinking of doing a silly build on Nixie. We could jump on one of the other characters. I was thinking of trying a Panther build on Leaf as well. If you guys have a preference out of those sorts of builds, or if you have another one that you're really, really keen for us to showcase, just let me know. Look how many serpents we're spewing out. This is insane, man. But I don't know. So one of the things that I've sort of said, okay, we could devote right here. Could just devote, hopefully get him to show up more often with fleet-footed. Totally unnecessary, but we can spew out even more, even more cars with it. Okay, I lost my train of thought there, though. Okay, we got Spread of Darkness. Let's take it and try and get it leveled up here. Make it even sillier. Yeah, we didn't even get it to its 100% max potential here either, which is absolutely hilarious. So yeah, I don't know, the OP build sort of thing, it's interesting. You know, there definitely are some items and builds in the game that push things pretty far, right? I mean, I don't think you can sort of deny that. Whether you find it fun or you just want everything to be like always challenging or whatever, it's an interesting discussion, but we've sort of talked about it enough, I think, in the previous video. So go check that out if you guys really want to see, ooh, my opinion further. Oof. First strike. But having some discussions about the design stuff in the Discord has been interesting because, you know, one of the developers in there is always willing to have a chat about that sort of stuff, right? And, you know, it's the sort of thing of, like, how much of the game should be about the build crafting versus how much should be about the action gameplay, like having to dodge and all that sort of stuff, versus how much RNG should there be in the game during a run. So it's a balance, right? And they were sort of saying how they were trying to get it to be like a, you know, roughly 1/3 of each. And it doesn't seem to be the right approach, because it doesn't necessarily seem to satisfy everyone, because a lot of people kind of complain there's too much RNG. Some people then complain it's too easy, whatever. Man, we are absolutely destroying this right here. As you can see, I mean, you know what? We'll take more. Oh, we could have taken the Spread of Darkness upgrade there too, but it's alright. Next go around, hopefully we'll get it. Let's alt. Take urgency. So yeah, I don't know. Eventually, they're probably just going to have to compromise. I mean, at the end of the day, this is like a loot character building type of game, right? I mean, I think that sort of trumps, for me, that trumps like RNG in the run and that sort of thing. Having action combat where you have to dodge around a bit more and stuff, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's go Hero's Journey. Yeah, so that's not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, as you can see, I mean, some of the builds do trivialize the endgame here, but at the end of the day, I've also grinded like, I don't know, 300 hours of Act 3 and collected a whole stash full of loot. I already had a bunch of T2 items that were really good in my stash. So I'm like as prepared as almost anyone to do the silly endgame stuff, right? I mean, someone who comes in and only has put in like 10, 20 hours or whatever, or is still figuring out the game, learning the game system stuff. Man, there is a pretty big kind of knowledge wall and gear grind wall that still exists, right? So I think it's tricky to try and build the game around the people who've already like mastered it. I don't know. It's having some more difficulty. I don't think is necessarily bad, but I don't want to see it be so brutal that it just becomes unfun to bang your head against the high difficulty, right? I mean, like losing, what was it, 5% win rate? Oof, I don't know if that's desirable. That's too low. I think maybe like aiming more for like a 20 to 30% win rate feels more reasonable. I don't know if that number is exactly on point or not, so don't, hate me for throwing out 20% or 30% or whatever, but you know what I'm trying to say. Okay. Let's ult more. What are we at? 74. Yeah, level 74. So this is definitely a build capable of getting very, very high kill total and all that sort of stuff. Let's just, oh, we got 5 now. Let's just take the damage right here. Okay, we'll try and get back to the Fates and get a rank up for the Serpent spam right here. Okay, more damage. We could have taken area too, I guess, but we're doing all right. Okay. With time comes experience. Yeah, sure does, buddy. Okay, let's go over to them, I think. Let's just grab this while it's on offer. Yeah, so we could have had that at Master up to level 5 much earlier in the run too, which should just make things even sillier. Let's do the kill one. Boy, oh boy, this is kind of insane. You know what? Haste does eventually show up. We could take it, or we could just try and get the Fates again. Ooh, we got it up to purple. That's nice. All right. That's pretty good. Okay, there's definitely still, like, a big gap between, like, the really, really strong builds and really weak or mediocre builds, too. And definitely some of the characters are a little bit less powerful than some others overall. But then, again, there are some items, such as that Sacrilege, which can just boost anyone who can wear it. It'll just totally boost them, right? Anyone who wears it can turn them into an insane damage dealer. So, you know, having individual items that are providing that much power, I can see the argument against that. But overall, having builds be fun and stuff is definitely where the game should land for me. So, especially after grinding this much time, you know what I mean. You should be rewarded for putting in this much time into a loot game, I think. Imagine you played, like, Path of Exile 2 for, like, 300 hours and you still couldn't do, like, an endgame build that felt decent, you know what I mean? That would be kind of crappy, in my opinion. I don't know. I actually got pretty sick of PoE 2 because of how stingy the loot system and progression felt, right? Because I was really struggling just to get, like, good items to drop for me, and, you know, Act 3 certainly has had some interesting issues with itemization as well, so that's, you know, that's a design space I could think about also. Okay, we are lagging the game so much right here. What is our cooldown on these things? Let's check it. 1.3 seconds. It could be faster. Could put even more cooldown reduction on if you really want to. Oh man, we are lagging the game so much right now. Okay. Okay. How many do we have? We've got a few left. What else can we even get that's useful here? I mean, not much. At this point, not a whole lot. I guess maybe Gem High would be hilarious to take. Roll in for Gem High? We never got it, right? I don't think we did. You know what? I guess we just devote to him a little bit here. We'll do a mini devotion to time. Okay, I guess we could just sort of ilch here with our clone for a second too. I mean, look at it going off without the twin cast, right? You don't even need it. This is crazy, huh? So I wonder, is it more efficient to move around or to just let the snakes go like this? I mean, fascinating question. I really don't know the answer, but I don't know. Been fascinating to play this game during Act 3. I gotta say, I'm far enough removed from the initial launch that was frustrating that I'm just enjoying the game, enjoying the build crafting, enjoying doing the really, really silly runs, you know what I mean? And the truth of the matter is, like, there's always been stuff that's trivialized Darkness 100. Maybe it's more pronounced now than it was at a certain point in the past, but it's definitely always been a thing. You can get even more cast damage by taking an attack there. Okay, we're just gonna play it chill now. We don't need to run around like a crazy person. It's lagging the game too much when I do that, so check out the the visual effects here. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get an upgraded graphics card here, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how this sort of craziness goes. Yeah, when we upgrade. So I definitely noticed a difference upgrading like the CPU and all that stuff. CPU and RAM definitely noticed a big difference in a lot of games. Some of the games, the AAA games, some of them run really, really well on this PC. Like Destiny 2 actually runs really, really smoothly on this PC. I even tried Space Marine 2, which runs pretty good on the PC, but some other games really struggle. Like I tried Oblivion Remake. That game is so badly optimized. This PC was just struggling. The graphics card specifically was really struggling to keep up. So it is a bit of an older one. That's why I'm going for the upgrade. But I don't know. Maybe it is more efficient to run around. Is there even any more enemies? We're not collecting any gems anymore. What's going on here? Are we killing them outside of our collection range? Is that what's going on? Maybe. It looks like we were. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Well, let's go for a little zoom while we can. Okay. Split second.
A glimpse
of the infinite. Alright, buddy. Strike damage, kind of useless. Oh, someone actually tagged me with an arrow. Imagine that, huh? So, I don't know, like, for me, I have fun with the build crafting on builds like this, and then I'll move on to something else, right? So, not every build is going to be an insanely OP build on my channel. Some of them are just more fun builds, or, like, workhorse builds, or, you know what I'm saying, or just trying some interesting combination that I haven't tried before, or whatever. Okay, we got time for the boss. Let's actually use this first, so we can just do some casual. There she goes. Damn. All right. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We absolutely crushed it here on Merris. Level 86. I mean, it's pretty high level for this game, for sure. You can get it higher, technically, but... And as I said earlier, you could totally put, you know... 559 million, 116,000 kills. It's pretty good. You can get higher, technically, if you use some of the methods, but look at the hurricane damage. Literally only did 700. Did it? We just had our attack off most of the time. I could have had it on more, but you know what it is. The Serpents, 524 million damage in that particular run. So there you go, guys. We'll check out the loot haul real quick, see if we get anything good. It's loading. It's struggling to load. Okay. Oh, we got another Black Lightning bow. Check it out. Hello. Is it time to go back onto Lorian, boy? Fireway on a helmet with strike duration. That's interesting. That's an interesting one. Alright, yeah, we didn't even pick up that much of the loot. It is what it is. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, consider hitting a like and subscribe for me. Let me know, as I said earlier in the video, what you'd like to see next. I'm trying to cook up a Nixie build and another Leaf build, but I haven't really started the Leaf one yet. With that being said, guys, I hope you all have a fantastic, amazing day. Take it easy.